milk, and then I basically rapidly drank about, a pint of a chocolate pilk, wild cherry chocolate pilk.
Hello and welcome to Real Weird Sickos. My name is Tom Videogo, and I hope you have a terrific slice day, no matter where you are on this lovely world. You know who's lovely? It's my dear friend, Charles Khan. Charles, how we doing, matey?
Well, brother, you know how I'm doing. The meanest bastard. The memest bastard. Brother, let me tell you, ain't nobody as evil and meme as I am. And mean. A mean bastard. That's absolutely the mood I'm in today. Screw you, Tom.
But you know, I'm not too bad. I work up very early, but absolutely. But you know who's not
like
me?
Tom
it's our dear friend.
Screw him.
No, you don't like me. That's fair. Understandable. You know who's not mean? That's our dear friend,
general direction,
Jenna.
Tom.
You know, I am mean. I actually am mean. You know why? Let's roast Tom.
Mean jingles.
This guy got up at 5:30 in the morning to play fucking Fortnite.
We got a number one burrito. Fortnite is about to go down. Just wiped out Tomato Town.
Tomato Town.
My friend just got down. You know, I revived him. Now we're heading southbound.
Well, but you know he's never going to ditch me. It's our dearest friend, Nandre. Nandre, how we doing, matey?
What's up?
Look at the map. Yes. Go to the mark sheet.
Everyone keeps saying I look like Eddie Burback recently because I have a mustache. It's kind of fucked up. I don't even know the guy. I just know that he keeps talking about Morbius, but so do I. So whatever.
You're gonna shave that off, aren't you?
People say I look like Eddie Brock.
This Wednesday I'm gonna have a little mustache funeral. I could deal with a little Eddie Brock vibes,
Will you bury the mustache? Give it full military honors?
You should just flush it down the toilet. Just
no,
shave
you
over
can't
the
just
toilet.
flush. Jenna, you don't understand.
I have very rabid fan base. I'm just gonna probably auction it.
Just grow one back.
No.
Like, come on,
no.
Dude. Come on, no.
I
don't believe that.
It's a damn shame that mustache is gone.
Yeah.
You don't let your upper lip be lonely?
Yeah, there you go. Tom's got the good pick.
Does that mean Charles Khan has a
photo?
Does that mean Charles Khan has a mustache?
That's my favorite YouTube creator.
I am absolutely a mustache bastard. So what happened with Gus Johnson,
matey? How about that?
What happened with Gus Johnson? Oh, God.
I will say, these guys fucking ditched on me. We were going to do the Fortnite event that happened at 5 in the morning.
No, bro, you messaged in the middle of the night. Like, you guys want to go like 2 hours before we record?
I wanted to get to level 100. If you get to level 100 in this video game, you unlock Doctor Strange. And I wanted to get Doctor Strange.
Well, it was the stars. I was
going
to say, because what happened is I told them ahead of schedule, and then I messaged them, like, what's your Unreal name to add them to get ready? And they ditched on me. You know what?
Because you said, let's play, and then it was like the middle of the night, and it's like, I have shit to do today, Tom. God damn it. Nobody ditched you. You just planned it poorly.
You said yes.
Jenna.
Yes.
Oh, Jenna.
Listen, Tom's very excited
what level
for this
are you,
event.
Jenna?
I know.
Were you level 100?
I don't play Fortnite.
Oh, there we go.
So you don't have Doctor Strange.
I know Nandre and the team does.
I do not play Fortnite.
I got the golden Spider-Man on the last season because I played too much Fortnite. And I played so much Fortnite.
That's like a guy complaining that he's never touched a breast before in his whole entire life.
I played so much of
virgin.
Fortnite to get the golden Spider-Man that I might never want to really play Fortnite ever again.
I'm still pure in the eyes of God.
I have a lot of sex and I play a lot of Fortnite, okay? So I'm an expert on this subject. I never use skins. Default skins get wins, and there's nothing better than sniping some sweaty with like the most expensive skins and taunts and the default dancing on their corpse while you teabag them. That's what it's all about.
I got a guy whose head is on fire and he's wearing a red suit. I like that guy. I got Batman. I got Spider-Man. I got Superman. I got Rick from Rick and Morty. I got all the fucking Rick.
There's fucking Rick and Morty in goddamn Siege now. I saw that you could just be Rick and Morty in Siege.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
I'm now getting why Nandre doesn't like skins. It's a bit
default skins get wins.
Man, well, Rick and Morty is such a weird cartoon.
Yeah,
it's bad.
Like the way,
good, but it's bad.
Well,
to be fair, you have to have a certain intellect to understand the nihilism.
Yeah. Well, what I mean is, Venture Brothers had a bit of the same problem where they were producing it on like a 2 or 3 year gap. So a season comes out, and then there's 3 years of well, you just rerun the ones you've already got. And audiences turn over. People grow, people change. Like 3 years is a long time to have a gap in between your show, and I think they really lost a ton of their momentum after that second season, because that was when they really started to merch it out.
Have you seen the trailer for the Beavis and Butt-Head, the new Beavis and Butt-Head?
Oh, there's a new trailer for Beavis and Butt-Head.
It just dropped, didn't it?
Yeah, for the movie.
So it's not a show; it's a movie.
It's a movie.
Beavis
and Butt-Head do the universe. It looks pretty good.
See, I wanted more series. I wanted to see more of just the two of them on the couch
traveling.
Hanging.
Well, what they're doing is they're explaining how they went from the 90s to 2022. So they basically were, you know how they get themselves in little wacky situations, you know? Like they're somewhere where they're not supposed to be, and then all of a sudden they're like fucking astronauts. Dude. That's what happened. They were astronauts. They ended up in 2022, and this is the story, I guess.
I don't know if you're an old enough guy to have watched the original Beavis and Butthead.
I'm 29, man.
So that's a no.
Oh, he is.
There was an episode.
That's not true. I'm 31.
Butthead.
I've seen them all because of like streaming and shit.
There's an episode of Beavis and Butthead that is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Beavis and Butthead there's a tornado attacking the town, or attacking the town, coming to town, and the boys are too foolish, I'll say foolish instead of a certain R word, too foolish to
just say it. Just
necessarily
say it.
Don't, no.
In the words of Ricky Burrick, fucking say it.
They were too rickied to understand the warnings of the tornado. And so they're going out wandering around like, man, where's everybody at? What's going on here? And they make their way to a trailer park where two of the trashiest women ever are also there. And tell them to come in and make out with them, that they'll let them score, since they're going to get killed anyway by this tornado. And then just as the girls are about to pull their tops off, that's when the tornado hits. Beavis and Butt-Head are, of course, horrifically injured. And as they're laying there hurt, they go, whatever happened to those two girls? And then it cuts to the goddamn yellow brick road with the munchkins from Wizard of Oz. And they see the hot chicks and they start laughing like Beavis and Butt-Head. That was one of the funniest things I think I've ever seen. I laugh about that if I just start to think about it. Just these little gremlin-y, leprechaun-y people doing that Beavis and Butt-Head laugh.
I think I vaguely remember seeing that one, but...
Very funny. Yeah, the one where they destroy that guy's backyard and they fill up his pool with cement. That's a good one.
Yeah, no, he was supposed to be. It was for Anderson. Okay,
yes,
so
like this
happened. You boys wanna help me with my pool, and then I'll pay you. And then they ended up just like,
get some Spanish towels from my pool cabana.
Nandre, I want to interject here. Pilk. The era of Pilk.
Okay.
Pilk. Tell me about
Pilk.
Your introduction to Pilk.
Yes.
And how it.
Ironically, the third time I've had to tell this story today.
Big Laverne and Shirley fan.
Thanks a lot, Tom.
I went out to brunch. With one of my mods was in town, surprise, and was like, "Yo, let's go out for brunch." I met up with him and some of his friends who don't watch Twitch. They're not Twitch people, and he made me tell two stories: a story about my grandma and my Pilk story. But yeah, I have a friend, Crub TV. He's a very cursed, degenerate streamer, just like I am. And he did this whole bit where he dunked a Toriel plushie in a giant bucket of milk while he was in a nun's habit, and he sucked the milk out of the plushie. And I was like, that's pretty wild.
Wearing a nun's habit?
Yeah. I was like, I can do one better, I'm pretty sure. So what I did was, instead of going straight milk, I went and got the best chocolate milk I could buy. Shout out Oberweis. And wild cherry Pepsi. And I ordered a Dobby plushie. And Amazon was so kind and gracious that they sent me 2 plushies. So I dunked these 2 plushies in the Pepsi and the chocolate milk, and then I basically rapidly drank about a pint of a chocolate Pilk, wild cherry chocolate Pilk, out of Dobby's feet and face.
If you drink a certain amount of milk, you'll start instantly throw up.
Yeah, I've never been a big milk guy in general. That was my first cup I probably had in a couple of years, but. It's pretty good.
To have it in that form.
He makes it sound like it's alcohol. I haven't had any for like a couple of years. I usually don't touch the stuff, but for the meme, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gotta do it for the pal. But just the visceral image of you double fisting them and just like having it pour down is just, it's intense.
Yeah, I'm
like,
pretty
that
violent with it. I'll post a picture for or the video so people can watch.
Interesting.
Mouse.
Yeah,
Yes.
anytime I do a
Shirley,
bit,
that was Laverne and Shirley. That was Laverne's drink was a Pepsi with milk, and it always sounded like the grossest thing in the world. I'm 1,000 years old.
I think it was that bad.
I've seen Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I mentioned Mary Tyler Moore the other day.
Rule 34, but I
mentioned Mary Tyler Moore's hair the other day, and is trying to describe something to someone, and I forgot that I was talking to a 21-year-old girl, and she had no idea who Mary Tyler Moore was. I felt so old.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not the first time Charles has done that to people. Like, hey, here's a reference from the fucking golden age, the fucking Gold Dust Trio, to a literal child.
Well, listen, if there's anything about me that I know is that I'm plugged in with the pop culture, so I don't think you're going to have anything that sails over my head.
Andre's not really selling it here, what he's doing with these plush dolls drinking this stuff out of 2 gigantic bowls sit in front of him. He's on one knee.
Oh, yeah, PS2 Haggard was there, too. I forgot about
Haggard. And a PS2 Haggard,
You're always going to have him there.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that because I think this year
an intense image. He's sucking the milk off the toes of these things, these dolls,
and the music in the background. Just like
I often wonder what people are like. I just play Nintendo on Twitch, and I see what it takes to really succeed is whatever this is. Like I don't know. Like those girls licking the microphones. I got to get me one of them licking mics.
The ear ones?
Yes.
You know what? If they're just going to come out one that looks like an asshole?
Microphone. There's an amount of money
that will get me on camera licking. When are they just going to come out with an asshole one? Just a butthole one. When are they just going to do it? We have the ear. We just need the butthole one.
The amount of times I've farted in my mic on stream, mine might as well be a butthole one at this point, I'll be honest.
Right?
Every time you get a raid that song
live
plays.
into the mic.
Oh, I rip ass in my mic 24/7, 365. Like it's like
it's a hero move.
If I go to my clips manager, I have one mod whose responsibility is specifically clip every time I fart on stream.
Wow.
Hey,
so how busy are they?
If I scratch my nose, I want that tape erased from the internet forever.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
That's the difference between that mindset, grindset, that ligma sigma.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want my toes on camera. I don't want my feet. I'm thinking of. I need to start wearing gloves.
You know what? For feet, there needs to be like a paywall. You can't just like go ahead and like put those out there.
There are
those
some guys
to be like secured.
Jenna, we have talked on this very podcast about putting them piggies out to market, and some of these gals are making top dollar.
Yeah, they are.
What did Andre just link?
I'm afraid to click the link.
I've been tempted as shit.
Oh my god, those feet. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm not clicking that link. I don't want to see man feet. I'm sorry, Andre.
Straight in the mouth.
God I can't look.
Motherfucker. What a coward. What a social coward.
Listen, anything I do a bit.
I will say, absolutely. I did my research before today, and you started around September last year, correct?
My first stream I ever did was the last 4 days of September. Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. So it's kind of been a journey from there to now in that 1 year. So how have you been finding it? Like the evolution since you started to now at the moment?
I mean, I love streaming. It's like my favorite thing to do, to be honest. I get so much out of it. I mean, I personally, for me, I have a ridiculous amount of energy, so much energy. Even after all of my streaming, I still don't get my full release of everything, but it's by far been the best outlet to get all of that stuff out. And just as a form of creative artistic expression, it's just, there's nothing quite like it. I mean, the live interaction of it all, it's just so fun. I love it.
It's an interesting way to interact with people too, because they're all doing the text thing and you kind of have to read what they're saying. And there's a little bit of a delay. So it's not exactly one-to-one. So you'll be talking about something and then the chat comes up and somebody could be mentioning something that happened, a minute ago. Mm-hmm. It's a weird skill to try to develop, the Twitch streaming thing.
It's funny you mentioned that with the idea of the delay, and I talk about this a lot, how Twitch streaming is a one-way window, right? My chat watches me, I don't watch them, So I always tell people it comes out sounding like a selfish idea or something, but really when I just turn on my stream, I don't really care much about what chat thinks or what chat wants to do. I just want to have fun for myself because I know that translates the best to my chat. So they're really kind of just strapped in along for the ride, and I'm just rocketing off on my ass, just, passing gas and making laughs.
Man, I don't think I'd ever fart. I don't ever want to fart in front of anyone ever. Like if I have to fart and I'm on a live stream, camera's going black, microphone's going off. I will go in another room.
So now you know, anytime you see Charles come on stream
or something, man, you gotta rip ass on stream. Something.
I would never. I would never.
Have you never ripped ass in front of anybody?
I am a shy rip asser. I do not like to fart around anyone. That is between me, God, and the walls. Like I don't ever want anyone to hear a fart of mine. I don't. Like this
isn't that one of the part of the relationship? Is that the moment that you fart in front of each other?
That's when you know shit is real. That's when you know it's real.
Well, that's never happened to me. I have never had that experience of. I've had the experience of
it'll happen.
You're like Kenny from South Park. You can't like hold in your farts because you'll spontaneously combust.
Oh, I'll go in the other room. I'll find a way. Life finds a way. There's always a bathroom. There's always a bush to jump into and just let her rip far away from everyone at the funeral.
Shy. That's actually kind of that's so sweet. That's actually really
Jenna,
sweet.
Listen, I am an enigma for many reasons. My life is just
masked.
Yes. And if there's one thing I can hide away from the world forever, it is the sound of me farting.
We're never going to get Charles Kahn fart jars, guys. I'm sorry.
No.
Sad.
No.
I would not, could not. I don't even want to. Like just the idea of a fart in a jar is so gross to me. Why would they do that? What are they doing with the farts?
Because
do the guys that buy those farts in a jar as soon as they buy it, like excitedly, like a little kid opening up a Christmas present, get it open, set it out on the table, unscrew it, and stick their whole nose in. And get a big whiff like Tony Scarface, Tony Montana. That's right, doing cocaine.
Well,
yeah.
This is
sorry, as you were saying,
a great transition here because I actually got banned off of eBay for selling my farts in a jar.
Really?
Had a lucrative little side business going for a while of these really nice mason jars I got at Home Goods.
How much does a fart in a jar go for these days?
I was booking them out at $1.50 a jar.
Huh? $1.50 a jar.
I would label up on them like my diet for the day and everything. Leave a nice little note.
Charles, it was $150, no, $150.
$150 for a fart in a jar.
Yeah,
I know.
Wow,
it's something for the shelf. And if you don't own a part of tangibility of the history, you're missing out. You're missing out.
I love stuff like that. I have a candle that's a dragon pussy candle that is one of my favorite things that I have.
Aren't gas weapons outlawed by several? Like, is it a war crime to use gas weapons? If I took a fart in a jar and I threw it at the feet of an enemy combatant, would that violate the rules of engagement?
I don't know. Conjunctivitis isn't that bad. I'll be honest. I've had a pink eye before. You
just see a bunch of soldiers go, oh, the stink,
and then you see one of them go, oh yeah, this sucks. This is terrible.
Oh my god!
Don't throw another one up instantly.
Fully torqued, please. I'm good.
I know Wubby got a bunch of stuff from Amaranth, and one of them was a fart in a jar, and just the guttural reaction from that was intense.
I guess it was really foul in there. Like I've heard a couple of people that got one.
Farts, do they come with a certificate of authenticity or something?
Yes.
I don't think so, but all I know is that they were actually really foul.
Because she's got a bunch of gals
somebody got like a hair in it or something. Like,
oh, wow. They could clone her.
Yeah, and it's like
I think the kids who went sent out, they actually did have a single hair in a jar, which is disturbing more than a fart.
I think
she's got such a big team that works with her. What's to stop one of the gals who works with her, or I presume she has some men working for her? What's to stop them from farting in the jars? Just like having this production assembly of just people farting into a jar.
It needs to get DNA tested.
Yes.
Like there needs to be like if she's gonna charge as much as she did, there needs to be a fucking DNA test.
A big guy who looks like Vito, who's just eating beans all day, sitting there in an in like one of those little folding chairs, but the butt's cut out, and there's like a little assembly line of jars that go by, and there's a woman with a clothespin on her nose, and she's the one screwing the lids on as they come by, and it's like Lucy. If she doesn't screw on the lids fast enough, the farts will overwhelm her.
You gotta do like one of those live streams where it's like recorded on there, like the signatures and such. But to a degree, in regards to community, how have you been finding Twitch's community in total? Like, I know obviously kind of growing in towards like Samwitch, Barry Bebop, BobbyBurm. How have you found that in this last year?
Well, I mean, like the very first like stream of Sam's that I saw, she was playing Dark Souls with a boss, and there's somebody in chat was actually talking about Amaranth and was saying like weird misogynistic stuff, so I was just trolling the shit out of him. But at the same time, I was also trolling the shit out of Sam, just being like, yeah, you know, this boss is super fun. I love that you keep going back and checking out the arena over and over again, and just like dumb bullshit like that. And I remember, and then the next day, she had a collab stream with Barry where they played Battleship together. And every time somebody lost, they had to do a punishment that the other person wrote up for them. And it was such a fun stream. I had such a great time. I was like, yeah, this is something like I totally want to try eventually. And I remember because later down the line, after I like, you know, established myself as a streamer, I became friends with them. Like I would do collab streams with them. They talked to me about how that weekend when they were preparing for the collab stream, they were talking about like, yeah, you know, this Nadra guy, he's in both of our chats. Like, I wonder who we started watching first. If it was me or you. And they like went back through the chat logs to check and stuff. They're so fascinated by it. But yeah, Barry and Sam are probably my two closest friends. That I talk to them both pretty much every single day. Bobby also is like one of the best guys. Another person who I would call a very close friend. The wild part with Bobby is that I live in Chicago and I had no idea about BobbyBurm being in Chicago at all, and ends up we live like extraordinarily close to each other. So I like go over to Bobby's house. It's like fun. Yeah. Like I have a neighbor. Like it's cool. But Twitch is really small. Is basically what it comes down to. You know?
The world's really small. Yeah, man. Like the internet is so. You think that the world is a gigantic place with infinite amounts of people everywhere. I have bumped into the same people over the last. Oh God, it's been about 20 plus years I've been playing online. Bump into the same people, and we sort of travel in the same circles, even having changed usernames and everything. I'll bump into the same guys, be like, oh, hey, man, how you doing? Like, good to see you, buddy. And I'll see people have, like, some people I know have had some really huge successes, and I'm so happy for them. Like, I see that they've merged out everything, and they're really making a living doing stuff online. And it makes me happy to see it go, man, me and him started together when we were like 11. Like, we were like just kids playing around on the internet being stupid. And now look at him. He's like got this whole empire. It's so good.
Absolutely. And just recently, Nandre, you became partner on Twitch.
Ooh, that's a big deal. Like, people don't understand how big a deal that is.
It is huge.
Like, I feel like getting to be an affiliate was a huge deal, but the partner.
I set a goal for myself that I want to get partner underneath a year. So I felt really good when I got it. Well, I was really hyped I got it first try, and I was really hyped that I got it in 8 months. I was like, holy shit, that's fucking really cooking with gas here. Mm-hmm. But there's like a thing. The funny part of it,
Andre.
I sent this tweet out where it was like to sum up kind of like how partner feels, where it's like partner simultaneously doesn't matter at all, and also feels like you're walking around with like a 3-foot long cock. You know, like it's just like it's really nice for me. Like when I go, because I do a show with Samwitch called Hired or Fired, right? And we bring on other content creators to do the stream, right? And when you're an affiliate and you go to other people's chats and you're larger streamers, you get lost in the sauce if you just like an average person chatting sometimes, you know, unless you're like a regular in a community. But if you come in when you have like a partner badge, it's nice because like usually like people will read your message, like they notice you. So it has made collaborating and communicating with other people through Twitch like so much easier, you know.
That's what always bothers me about the verified things on Twitter. If you're a verified account and you write something to another sneech that also has the star on their belly, they have to see it. It goes into like a whole other column. But also, if you are a verified account and you like something that somebody posts in another verified account's mentions, that shoots up to that same thing. So if, for example, Nandre, you wanted to post images of Pikachu pregnant in someone's replies that was verified, and then get one of your friends who has a verified account to like that image so that it pops up for, let's say Elon Musk, and he gets to see it. You could do that with a verified thing on Twitter.
Actually, speaking of the community, I did ask Barry Bebop before this if he had any questions, and he asked me to ask one thing. Andre, have you ever lived in Israel?
That piece of shit just trying to pull that kind of garbage out of me. These fuckers think that I talk about the same 3 things all the goddamn time. All right. And anytime I do anything, Barry and Sam, they do 2 things. They go, Tyson, try and get my dog to come over, because one time Barry was yelling my dog's name so loud through my headset that he heard it, and he ran over to me and he ripped the comforter off my bed, which is annoying. But then I also talk about I lived in Israel for like almost 7 months. I worked there. It was a great time, a great experience. I reference it a lot on stream, but I don't reference it as much as this fucking talking BlackBerry thinks I do. Like just always rail me for it.
He has a face now, though. I mean, face reveal. He actually has a face now. So
yeah, I fucking seen his goddamn face for months.
I knew doing on camera stuff without the Barry gimmick.
Well, okay. Well, yeah. Let's talk about Barry Bebop on Andre's show. That makes fucking sense. All right, but one of the reasons that
Barry, he was very
so
friendly.
He's literally my favorite entertainer of all time. Like I say it anytime.
I like his energy.
He's good.
He's literally the greatest. He is my favorite.
He's got such a manic mania to him, and I like that.
I had no idea that was actually really his face. I was like, wait a minute, this has to be a meme. He didn't really do that. And then on Instagram, I was like, did you just really do that?
Yeah.
You actually have a face. So You're not a talking fucking Barry. What the hell, man?
It's so great.
And he's handsome.
Death of the gimmick.
He's a good looking dude. It's a good looking dude.
I love it because now it's so much easier for him to jump in, jump out whenever we're doing stuff live. And like, it's not this huge hassle to get up his animator, get over to share. Like it's just like, it's so freeing for him. It's been really cool, really exciting.
Yeah. From that broadcast, he was like a weight off his chest and seeing him like, kind of deal with it.
Every entertainer needs to evolve. The Undertaker can't just be the Old West Undertaker forever. He needs to evolve it into, now he's the Satanic Undertaker. Now he's the American badass biker Undertaker. Now he's the Phenom Undertaker, who's even more evil somehow and able to kick more ass.
Yeah. But it's a matter of evolving with the time. Obviously, Andre knows that more than everyone else. Like with the collaboration projects with different streamers and such, making a name for yourself, and obviously making these big moments that stick out in the mind, like drinking Pilk chocolate cherry Pilk is now that's something that's going to be stuck in my mind forever.
It's an exceptional clip for everybody that is listening. I feel like I'm underselling it.
Absolutely.
The 2 bowls filled with stuff and the stuffed animals, and using those to drink it. It's
W's free, baby. W's free. But you joined a new team.
Yeah, I did.
I know Sam. Yes, how'd that go, matey? How's that whole process?
Team Neat Dude. So yeah, like stream teams are kind of funny on Twitch in the sense that there are so many of them, and I feel like a lot of them are just like me, like signaling like, hey, like this is like my group of friends who I run with, right? And they don't like kind of like do stuff past that, you know what I'm saying? So what's cool about Neat Dude is Neat Dude's been around for a long time. Like Chris Melberger, one of the co-founders, like he's been creating content for almost a decade. He started off on Vine, transitioned over to Twitch. Great guy. I mean, and they have a very active Discord server. They do tons of collaboration and events, and it's just like it feels like a level up in the like idea of like stream teams where there's a lot more going on than just having the title next to your name. And
absolutely,
so many of content creators who I respect and I really enjoy like doing work with are part of it. It was always a team that I wanted to join.
What content creators do you disrespect? Who do you hate?
Content creators I don't like. I'll tell you one that bothered me when they did something, and Barry's gonna love this. Disguised Toast. When Disguised Toast streamed all of Naruto.
Naruto.
It wasn't that I was mad at Disguised Toast, though, right? I was mad that Disguised Toast did that because Barry wouldn't shut the fuck up about it for months. About how Disguised Toast watched Naruto on stream. So that was annoying for me.
Just dealing with various bullshit about it.
Yeah, I've heard about these guys. They'll just stream TV shows, have a little video of them in the corner, not say a whole lot of nothing. And I can understand how, like the gals in the really tight sweaters, like, the type. There's a lot of those gals that have the anime going and they're in the corner and they barely react to it. I understand why certain fellas are into that. But
it's because of tits? Titties?
What?
Titties.
When?
I believe they're called jugs,
true?
Jenna.
Mm-hmm.
Boobies.
Use the proper medical term.
Balloons.
The TV made it happen for a while, and Twitch really didn't play much ball with it.
Yeah, honestly. The only
it happened for like a while.
The only thing I got out of it was my ear talked off by Barry.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't really have like maybe it's kind of cliche answer. There's really no kind of like content or creator that I really like. I don't like have like the only thing I don't really fuck with is like plagiarism because I think that's fucked up or stealing people's ideas. But I'm a very firm believer in go get your bag and do it whatever way you want. Like I'm not picky and I don't care how people do their streams and what they want to do. I think that especially anyone who gets into streaming and acts like there's one right way to do anything, you're fucking dumb. Like there's so many ways to do things and there is no solved solution for any of this stuff, right? You just kind of have to pick a way and just kind of
really is the Wild West that way. Because you could do anything. Yeah. Anybody could, like we have a friend who's joked about going out and doing yard work. He's like, I'll just take my shirt off and I'll go out and do the yard work. I said, that probably. I
told him he could make a killing doing that if he just put out a camera and did yard work. Like it would literally pop the fuck off. I've been telling this motherfucker for like 2 years to do.
Just him talking trash, giving his wisdom.
I watch a guy power wash his driveway like once a month. Love it.
Oh, really? He just streams himself power washing.
It works. It fucking works.
What is it? The oddly satisfying kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
People love seeing that power wash clean and going, oh, wow, look how dirty it was, and now it's clean.
It's soothing. I watch that kind of stuff before bed.
Mm-hmm.
No, you know what I watch?
Do
you know what I watch before bed? I watch before bed. A guy has like a GoPro on.
Gore videos?
And he works at McDonald's, and he gets like, he puts together like burgers and stuff like real fast. Like he does everything super duper fast. Like his
he's
little
like Frank
burger
Hassel
assembly
wearing
line.
the big GoPro on his head. But he's
making.
And
it's just
wearing it
point
at
of
McDonald's.
view, and it puts me to sleep. Like when I'm like wound and I can't, like I'll put that on, and it's like soothing for some fuck all reason, and I'll watch it till I go to sleep.
There was an old advertisement where they would talk about what it was. It was like sesame seed buns, special sauce, lettuce, tomato patty. That sounds right. It's something like that where they sing like this little song as he's going through all the ingredients of the Big Mac. I almost said Whopper.
Mm-hmm. I'm so over McDonald's.
You're over McDonald's?
Oh, yes. No. We have to talk about the McDouble challenge. Isn't that correct, Najee?
Listen.
When
I was first starting
I don't like
out,
hamburgers.
I knew I needed
what?
I needed ways to get people interested in the stream. I needed as soon as I hit affiliate, I was like, what are things I can put in channel points that nobody else can do? And I kind of have this superpower where I can, there's a lot of foods that I can fit in my mouth in one mouthful. And I'm lucky I live relatively close to McDonald's. So I added this redeem to my channel for 7,500 points where if you redeem it, then I stop whatever I'm doing on stream and I go and I get a McDouble and I fit it in my mouth in one mouthful.
Nice.
Which is escalated. I made it so that every 250 or every time it's redeemed, 250 points are added to the total. So I think now it's like, I want to say it's like almost
the Rolling Thunder
30,000 points.
You know, some bastards out there, some bastards out there
lot.
right now who's been watching for months, just accruing those points. just ready and waiting for it.
Oh yeah,
I found
I
out
had a
recently
stream where I had to
there's
do
no McDouble in
12
Australia.
of them.
Oh my god!
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jesus.
And then I
I mean,
danced
so-
for 3 hours in a Pepe mask after.
So
I could
here's
literally probably do that with McChickens, though.
here's the thing. So you're doing. So is that 12 different trips to McDonald's?
No. I would get 12 when I was there.
See, that's what I
At
was
least it's
thinking.
more
I
economical.
was like,
Economical.
are they redeeming these things? You know, it's such an interval that you wouldn't know they go have to go back. You'd have to keep going back there and have the staff be like, man, this guy really keeps coming back every 15 minutes for another hamburger. What's going on with this guy?
Well, I only found out recently McDoubles don't exist in Australia. There's only a double cheeseburger, and that's it. Like,
Because,
I call it a
Australia
McBoomerang.
fucking sucks.
They call it a McBoomerang.
Do you know what the difference is between a McDouble and a double cheeseburger?
They put Vegemite on it.
There's just
So-
one slice
Sick
of cheese.
bastards.
McDouble is
One
one
slice of
slice
cheese.
of cheese, and a double cheeseburger is 2.
How about a McKoala?
Yeah.
It's a koala burger.
Shut up, you
What
child.
about a?
I like
what
I-
about-
what-
They
wait,
serve
have you
it-
had a Mc
I don't
Aussie
wanna-
football rule. Mc Aussie rules.
They serve it with
football.
Fosters.
Actually,
I don't want to go to any McDonald's in Australia because I don't want to get molested by Matthew Winter.
Oh,
You're taking a risk anytime you go to a Macca's.
I like how we're referencing 2 different channels now. So we're from the Nandre side and then the Real Bad Sickos side. We should tell you, Nandre, that we have a friend, Matthew Winter, who's also a content
Friends.
I would describe him as an
friend,
enemy at
literally.
best.
He's a manager at McDonald's, and we continuously make jokes about him. Like the previous episode, like 2 episodes ago, we made the joke that Matthew Winter was going to drive a bus full of kids up a cliff. Like
He's going to do it one day.
Does
The
that
man
mean
is a
that he's gone to
maniac.
Hamburger University?
He
Oh my
has. He's a
God.
graduate. He's a dude. Like he's like the highest you could get. He's a
Well, so then he's
McDonald's
gonna
Chad.
What did he get?
we have to get Matthew to meet.
So he got like a clown. Ronald McDonald gives you your diploma.
He's the reason why the machines are always broken.
Oh,
it's
no.
his fault. Everybody send him hate.
Chicago
As you say,
has a McDonald's headquarters in it, and there's an open cafe on the first floor that serves food from all over the world for McDonald's. Like it has like a
So you could get like the
stuff.
shrimp burger from Japan.
Shit like that.
I believe so. You can get like a whole variety of stuff. There's always like rotating one. I think I
interesting.
remember seeing a video about you get like wedges, like the potato wedges from like.
those are so bad.
Those are
Whoever wants
amazing.
I love
potato
wedges.
wedges, they
Wedges
have that
are
skin on them. I
amazing.
hate them.
Potato wedges. Are
I also
amazing.
once
I hated
Celebrate.
potato
I
wedges.
once wrote
Hated
a
'em.
poem about McDonald's. If you guys want me to read it too,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Let's go for
it's
it.
a very short one. She was.
I'm on.
Here we go. I might get a little emotional. She was beautiful like a McFlurry machine, yet broken also like a McFlurry machine. That's it. That's all I got so far for it.
A round of applause.
That was
Who says
beautiful.
art is
That was
dead?
pretty
Who
good.
says art is dead?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But ironically, you guys talk about Australian McDonald's. I think McCafe started in Australia, and because of legal reasons, I had to leave the country with Matthew Winter. But in Australia, we have like burger, like our burger culture is a lot more different. Like we have a lot more pineapple and a lot more beetroot.
Whoa. Pineapple on a hamburger?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ugh.
You sear it.
Ugh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me inject a fucking hamburger into hamburger.
Man, that's so gross, Tom.
I'm sorry. Too bad.
You
So
and the
sad.
big Hawaiian over here.
Yeah, we can call a little bit. Actually, but speaking of kind of chaos, what do you see the rest of the year holding for you, dearest Nandra? What's on the cards?
Oh, for chaos, I've got a lot of stuff. I have actually something really cool happening in August. That's a secret. Actually something massive. It's gonna be the biggest undertaking for sure in my stream career. I'm really excited about that. We'll probably do an announcement about it maybe at the end of the month. I'm planning on doing something for that. And then also, yeah, I referenced it earlier a little bit, but I have a show that I do with Samwitch called Hired or Fired. And the whole bit of the show is we bring on other streamers and we interview them for jobs at a fake company. But the jobs are really ridiculous things like almond milker, professional sperm donor, foot paparazzi, stuff like that. but when we're doing the interview, right, the streamers don't know what job they're interviewing for, right? So they give these earnest answers for really vile, disgusting jobs that they don't know what it is. So it's a good time. We have the new episode of that comes out Wednesday.
That's terrific.
I'm really excited about that. And just like I also do a monthly show called Rage in the Cage, where I do 10 to 12 hours of interviews from inside my dog's dog cage. I got a special Pride month edition of that coming out later this month. And always trying to plan new cursed content and stuff. My favorite thing to do is I love collaborating with other streamers. I love doing group streams and doing silly, ridiculous ideas. Like Barry and I are gonna play that game where you defuse the bombs. Keep talking.
Keep talking. Nobody dies. Something like that. Nobody explodes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
Jenna, have you seen this one? One guy has.
Yeah.
They print out this like big booklet of stuff, and then the other person has to describe what they're seeing. Like, well, it has 3 triangles on it, and they have to find and then try to explain how to disarm the device.
Yeah, it's in VR and flat mode as well, which is quite good. But yeah, it's far more easy to collaborate with Barry now, and now he's not VTubing up all the time.
Yeah,
I'd like to see him paint his whole face blue still.
I
still himself up blue somehow.
I still owe my stream something from my subathon that I did where I'm supposed to cosplay as the Barry and play this game Draft Town that Barry played that is truly awful. It is one of the worst games of all time. It's pretty fucking vile. I'm really excited to play games with him, Like, it's just I love hanging out with Barry. I also have been getting into Super Mario 16 star speedrunning too, but I'm funny. Like I love playing video games, and I got on Twitch because of video games. But my favorite kind of content that I do is not my video game content, So it's like the constant struggle between like just chatting and variety and things like that,
Yeah, I actually remember you talking about it on stream that you got a controller exclusively for it. You got a weird like gamepad version of a N64 controller.
I fucked it,
but you're not sure how it could work.
I fucked it up. I got this really awesome controller. It's so cool. It's like built like a Xbox 360 controller, right? But it's for N64, and it's got the N64 buttons on it. And I thought it was a USB plug on the end, but it's a fucking N64 plug on the end. So now if I want to play this, I'm going to have to get an adapter so that I can play my adapted N64 controller with an N64 to USB hub into my computer on an emulator, a Windows emulator to play an N64 game. Like, what the fuck? I goofed.
It's living the future, baby. I remember you saying that on screen because I think I've got similar for the GameCube controller, so maybe there's an adapter that you can get from 64 to GameCube.
Oh,
Who knows?
God, just keep the train going further and further and further. But that's really, I really have liked the speed running. I never thought that was going to be some kind of content that I would ever be doing on Twitch, but ooh,
it's all about that evolution, baby.
Oh, it's so hitting a PB feels so good.
Actually, you'd be the best person to talk to about this. What do you think about the whole like YouTube gaming contracts and Twitch contracts? What do you think the war about that those two companies is going on about? What are your thoughts on that?
That's an interesting stuff because I'm lucky. I have a lot of friends who have been pursued for YouTube contracts, or like have had negotiations and have like had to weigh the pros and cons of each and stuff. And it's interesting because like as the size creator that I'm at, it's not something that really matters that much, right? It is important for I think any like a content creator to start developing your YouTube though, because anybody who is like a Twitch streamer, your dream is to have a YouTube that feeds into your Twitch and a Twitch that feeds into your YouTube and have like a dual revenue source.
I always tell everybody, don't neglect the outlaw platforms. Your Rumbles, your BitChutes, your Odysseys. Yeah. All those places, those are viable options that have plenty of people that would love to see some cool content.
Yeah, and it doesn't even have to be like super like in-depth content either, right? Like I could just have like a VOD channel where I done my VODs, right? But
the highlight channels pop off like crazy.
They really do. I think it's super slept on for content creators. I think that the thing with YouTube versus Twitch is that YouTube is so big outside of its live streaming that it will never dedicate the time and effort to try and fully combat against Twitch, right? And I think it's kind of like a standstill.
Very interesting to see them try to do that with TikTok, with the shorts. There's TikTok and Instagram Reels, and there's a lot of short form content out there that's definitely eating a lot of YouTube's lunch.
Yeah, I just can't imagine them compete.
It's been fascinating.
Yeah, like having the alternative is nice, but there's no world where I ever see them overtaking Twitch and live streaming or TikTok and shorts. But I could definitely see a world where Twitch gets sold off or folds or something, like I think that is more than possible. And then that case happens, that's a whole game changer for YouTube as a platform.
I mean, wasn't Twitch originally, was it Justin TV?
Mm-hmm.
Justin.tv,
Yeah, Justin.tv, which was well known for 24-hour streams of King of the Hill or stuff like that kind of thing. It was a very outlaw platform. And then it became Twitch and became a more legitimate platform.
I
remember back in the day
jump to YouTube though. I mean, it's only a boon for me.
Exactly.
It's only a boon for me.
Keep getting big paychecks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. And it means a lot more variety because obviously a lot of us heard that article that came out, I think Variety, where the possible changes to the partner program could remove exclusivity in regards to broadcasting, where you could simulcast, and that if that happens, that's going to be a massive game changer.
Yeah,
because that'll mean a lot more people will have that cross platform existence. Because I know a lot of creators recently have just used short content / TikTok content as a feeding mechanic into main content, or at least like a slightly off platform to get your name out there. Because that's that rapid pace, like, oh, new video. Can you like get your name out there very quickly?
Yeah,
and it's accelerating.
It's cool because also like the kind of like level size creator that I am and everything. The way that you choose to grow your channel, there's so many different avenues you can take. Like I don't have any produced YouTube content. I very rarely post to TikTok. Like almost all of my growth is exclusively from my networking, my presence on Discord, and my streaming. Right, like I think that's pretty much all. And Twitter. I post a lot on Twitter. I should post a lot on Twitter, but that's more stuff that is established after I was on my like growth trends. So
this was something I told somebody before about the Discord thing. Like just circle back on that. The hearts and minds, the showing up everywhere, saying hello to people, actually conversing with people everywhere. There's something to that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like I don't know many more people who are more plugged in than I am. Like I
have to agree.
Watch more Twitch streams than I feel like anybody else, and I am active in more Discords than most people, I would say. Because you can't just like pop in a Discord and like not say anything and expect to get anything out of it, right? Like you gotta like be an active contributing community member. So I go out of my way to be involved in a lot of different spots. But the most degenerate thing that I do is that, and my chat knows this, is that pretty much every time I'm live, I'm also watching 2 Twitch streams. And I feed the audio into my headset, but not into my stream. So I'll usually be streaming and watching like my friends streaming or random other bullshit on my other monitor.
I remember doing the Barry face review. I saw you live on stream and then chatting as it was happening. It was like, that's Andre. That's Andre to a goddamn T. Just being everywhere and everywhere once. It's proven in fact, like, 1 year and under, what did you say, under 8 months to partner from start to finish to where to go. That's like a testament to your incredible skills with that community. Like, I will say, if you're looking for a great community in a Discord sense, I would have seen Andre's one right off the bat. Like, that was the entire process. Like, I remember the chach ceremony that you had with a lot of people. Like, that's commitment to that bit, and it's proven off in massive factors. And it's I think as of this year, as of 2022, you're my favorite person that I've met, and it's proven the fact that you know. you're the best in the game at the moment, and the growth naturally on Twitch and through other platforms. It's just fantastic.
I can't wait to clip that and send that to Barry. He's gonna piss his ass off.
Well, I did find you through Barry actually, and that's it's a great natural process. But I want to thank you so very, very much for joining us on this lovely episode. I know it's a bit awkward at the last moment, but we do very much appreciate you. Go and check out twitch.tv/non_Dre. Get your fucking eyes in there. Get him in there. High and fire with Samwitch. Get him in you. As well, August, big project coming up. So get your vision on there. And I will say, before we end, Twitch recaps. Have you been seeing these on channels?
I have. And it's funny you mentioned this because I actually watched mine, I think, probably the last 2 seconds before I joined the call for this podcast. And I had a very degenerate level at the end of this year. This past month, man, I streamed a stupid amount of hours.
6 days, 14 hours.
Yeah.
Over the last...
I went off. A lot of time to be live, brother.
Yeah, I went off. I had a couple really long streams.
Oh, amazing. The amount of the chat sent in his channel for that entire month, 71,103. Jesus. Like, this is a very new feature. If you go to any account, you'll find it. And 35 streams. So that testament to going and streaming every goddamn day. And or almost every goddamn day. It's paid off in massive regards. So go over to twitch.tv/non_Dre. Obviously, get yourself on Twitter. Charles Khan, a man by your own heart. Like, Nandre is I think you have like both shit posting like energy, like big dick energy.
Oh,
but big shit
I've
posting
never
energy.
done a single shit post in my life. You know that, Tom. I've never once trolled anybody, and I certainly would never say anything sarcastic.
Also done it. And you can follow him at twitter.com non_Dre_. And that's right there. Absolutely. But thanks you very much, matey. I do very much appreciate it. That's
so fun.
Absolutely. And we'll do the classic roundup. Charles Khan, what?
You know what? Fuck it. Let's cut it out because we usually are doing the same things and nobody's ever done anything. So you know where to follow us on Twitter.
So I got some big D&D games coming up.
I wonder why she's
check those
saying
out. That. Nandre, we will talk later. Bye, everybody. Love you. Goodbye.
See you. Bye.
Goodbye. Don't feel sad thinking about the spiders from the end of Charlotte's Web saying goodbye. Bye. Goodbye.